or explain, but I know that there've been a lot. Just sitting down and reading something really ill about yourself, it's even embarrassing.
Yeah. So, like, what story would you like to delete about yourself from the internet if you had your way?
If I had my way, I'd like to delete everything. I'd like to delete my whole existence because of my child. Because I know that the internet never dies. It's gonna grow up. It's gonna read them. And it's gonna hurt him.
Tell us, I mean, everybody can be in your world though, so tell us something about you that people don't really know. Like, tell us a secret that people don't know about you. Like your person who's Tonto Dike.
But I think that people don't know that I am born again. I have been born again for a long time. I did backslide at some point, but I found my way back to God, and it's been amazing. It's been so wonderful. I think that's what people don't know.
What church do you attend?
I attend Mountain of Fire, but I do have 2 other pastors from 2 great churches that pray with me always. But I attend Mountain of Fire.
Wow. So what do you miss most as a person?
Well, it's very hard for me to be away from my child. This is the second time, right? Second time I've been away from him. The first time was when I went to Warri. It's very hard to stay away from him. It's really very hard because he's very clingy. And that's why I have this picture of me everywhere I go.
Oh yeah, can I see it? Oh, that's so cute. Yeah. What's the biggest life lesson? Because we learn every day there's something that happens to you that, when you're about to make the same mistake again, you're like, oh, this has happened before. Let me take it. Let me be careful. What has been your biggest life lesson?
My biggest life lesson has to do with really has to do with not letting anything bother me. You know, going through whatever it is you're going through and not letting it bother you. That's the biggest life lesson.
And of course, people that don't really know you very well must have had a lot of wrong misconception about you. So what is which one really how you hear something about you that is not true and it really, really makes you cry? Which one has really brought you so close to tears?
I've heard a lot of things about myself. It's the same thing. It never changes. But something that has really, really hurt me in recent times is someone coming out to associate me with drugs, with drugs as a mother. That hurt me so much. Hurt me so much because nobody sees how good of a mother I am. Nobody knows the sacrifices I've made for my son. I have a file at home. I do a drug test almost every month, and I write a letter to my son. And I put it. I write a letter to my son every month on his birthday. I tell him how much he has changed my life. How much I'm a better person because he is in my life. I tell him how much I stopped so many things for him. That really destroyed me. That really broke me into a million pieces. That is the worst thing I've heard.
Well, recently I actually followed your um I followed your social media like I don't know what to call them rants explanation when you have to explain to some people that things that happen in your married life. When you said you have to treat a lot of STDs because of your husband. I mean, how I don't know how true was that? And you also said he was also beating you. He said he was cheating on you.
First of all, I'd like to say that this interview is not to discredit my husband, or rather my ex-husband in any way. It's not to bring him down. It's not to make people hate him. It's not to throw dirt on him. If it's anything I'm doing this for, it's so that he can be a better man. And like I said, so that somebody somewhere would be able to learn from this, from what I'm going through. And with that note, there are some things I would not like to re-discuss. I did post something about it yesterday. I am not taking back my words because it is not a lie. But I would not promote it. I would not go ahead and embarrass my husband in that manner, even if I have. I would like that to just end. The domestic violence, it's real. It's real. How I live to suffer it and go through it over and over again, I do not understand. But a lot of people have blamed me. A lot of people have said a lot of things. I have read a lot of things. I stayed back in my marriage, not because of my child, because I believe that you cannot be abused, or you cannot leave a child in the environment where there is abuse and you claim that you're doing it for your child. No. I stayed because I was doing it for myself. I stayed because I love my husband with all of my heart. I stayed because he had begged me to stay a couple of times. I stayed because I just didn't want to give up. I didn't want to give up on the marriage just like that. People change. You know, people change. I changed.
Counseling from your pastors. I mean, what do you like?
Yes, we have. We have. Anytime things like this happen, my husband comes up with a pastor who is always in the house the next day or 2 days later, who is begging, who is doing stuff. Yes, but we have never had a real counseling. Never, never. Because he wouldn't even accept that he's doing it. That's the worst. That's the worst. That he's never going to accept that he's doing it. And I keep asking him, if you are so ashamed, if you are so ashamed of what you do to me, why do you do it? Can I have my phone, please? I have pictures. I have videos. I have everything to prove my domestic violence. I also have pictures in Ghana. The Nigerian embassy in Ghana has pictures of me. I had to run to them at some point. The reason I can't even release those pictures is because I'm stuck naked. I'm stuck naked, and they had to video me, and they had to snap, and my husband has humiliated me so much with this, so much with this. And for anybody to tell me that I'm lying against my husband, that even hurts me more. That even hurts me more.